And you won't get your phone? Nope. Nope. Nope.
As for the video, under North Carolina law, we had to sue the Winston-Salem Police Department and the Forsyth County District Attorney to see it. It took 7 trips to the courthouse in Winston-Salem. Each time, Police Department Attorney Lori Sykes and Assistant District Attorney Penn Broyhill fought release of the police recordings.
What's the reason for the rush? I'm still getting fire on the car.
We filed 3 other lawsuits this year to see dash camera videos of Congressman Madison Cawthorn's run-ins with state troopers. Since North Carolina police videos are not public records, the legislature forces the public to sue law enforcement to see these videos. Despite Section 14 of the state constitution declaring freedom of speech and of the press are 2 of the great bulwarks of liberty, and therefore shall never be restrained, but every person shall be held responsible for their abuse. In Winston-Salem, Hope Solo's own criminal defense attorneys sat alongside police attorney Lori Sykes, working together to keep the videos from the public. Sykes even met with Solo's criminal attorneys in a locked courthouse hallway before one of those hearings. Attorney Sykes represents the same police agency working to prosecute Hope Solo. Solo's legal team included Chris Clifton, a local attorney, and James Trusty, President Donald Trump's D.C. lawyer, who's also helping the former president fight the Department of Justice's Mar-a-Lago raid.
I thought you were fabulous. Probably the best I've ever seen you.
Quite the litigator.
It made it, yeah.
In 7 trips to court, Solo's attorneys, including Sykes and Assistant D.A. Broyhill, fought to block the release of these recordings. Some of their reasons: to preserve Solo's right to a fair trial, to protect her children's identities, and to protect Hope Solo's reputation. The judge eventually sided with Queen City News and ordered police and the DA to release portions of the recordings once Solo's criminal cases were settled. Those recordings were finally released a little more than a week ago. Can we talk to y'all about why the state and the Winston-Salem Police Department fought so hard to keep this video from the public of someone you charged with crimes?
Just following the law.
Winston-Salem Police Chief Katrina Thompson ignored multiple interview requests and questions about whether the PD has a policy on arrestees hanging onto their cell phones and making personal calls while in custody. Police Department Attorney Sykes later confirmed in an email the department has no policy. That is a matter in the officer's discretion based on the type of matter being handled and any other relevant considerations, Sykes wrote. We also wanted the chief to explain this connection. What is the relationship of Ms. Solo's criminal attorneys to your offices? Is there anything at all you want the public to know about you guys fighting the release of this video?
It's not atypical for the government to object or oppose to the request for release of these recordings. What is atypical is having to come 7 times in order to accomplish that.
First Amendment attorney Mike Toddy represented Queen City News in the Solo police recordings lawsuit. Toddy argued the public has a right to see police videos, in part to judge whether police follow their own policies and the law. In the dozens of police cases he's handled across North Carolina, Toddy says he's never seen 2 sides opposing each other in a criminal prosecution uniting in a case like this.
I would have to say it's unusual. Interestingly, I think the only other times it's happened to me are here in Forsyth County.
In July, Hope Solo pleaded guilty to driving drunk with an alcohol concentration at 3 times the legal limit with her 2-year-old twins in the back of her SUV. In exchange for the plea, prosecutors dropped the child abuse and resisting arrest charges. Solo checked herself into a 30-day alcohol abuse program. We asked Solo for an interview, but in a string of text messages, she would not agree to meet with us.
About 4.5 months ago, I made the biggest mistake of my life. I let alcohol get the better of me in a decision that I will never live down, a decision that has come at a great cost to me and my family.
Instead of an interview, Solo directed us to her podcast, where she read a 20-minute monologue about the arrest, her addiction, and rehab.
Suddenly, because of the pandemic, we had no support system and now had 2 tiny babies. We got to it. We put in the work, and not one single day in over 2 years have Jeremy and I had help or a day off. The sacrifices we made and parenting equally together as mother and father became a sense of pride. The days were long, very, very long. I was still working on an Equal Pay Act with the Senate, my own equal pay lawsuit, commenting, working on a book, and doing interviews from home. We both were exhausted day in and day out. Winding down with a drink was nice, and it's what we looked forward to doing. And, well, the drinking slowly increased.
Solo says she also battled what she described as postpartum depression, although admits she was never diagnosed with it nor treated for it. That too, she says, helped fuel her addiction.
We found that our only time together was having a drink once the babies went to bed. And that's when we started to go down a dangerous road, both for our marriage and for me personally. This is the problem. It sneaks up on you.
Hope Solo sent us a statement calling this the worst night of her life. It's hard enough to move forward without shame and embarrassment when making such a mistake. But my family and I remain strong, and every day we put it further behind us. I refuse to be broken. Along with the rehab stay, court records show DSS closed its investigation after Hope Solo finished a 12-hour child endangerment course in Wilkes County, where she lives. Along with paying $3,400 in fines and fees, Hope Solo's driver's license is also suspended through August 2023.
And Queen City News understands that stories of alcoholism and addiction can trigger those who may be suffering.
And we reached out to an addiction specialist with Presby Psych Services for some perspective on the Hope Solo story.
I would say one of the things that we've seen with over the course of the pandemic is really how much isolation and disconnection impacts people, and we've seen a lot of additional deaths from overdose as a result of the pandemic, people using in isolation, and it's a really hard first step to be able to reach out for help, but just know that there's a lot of resources in Charlotte and the surrounding area for people that struggle. There's a lot of people who do struggle with substances. And it's hard, but it's a very courageous first step to just reach out and talk to somebody.
And if you feel that you need help, you can reach out to counseling groups like Presby Psych or support networks like Alcoholics and Narcotics Anonymous. Your doctor can also suggest resources.